Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I am pleased to stand here today and speak to the importance of pay equity. Equal pay for work of equal value for women in the Canadian workforce. Every Canadian needs to know that when they enter the workforce, they will receive equal compensation. Very important to me personally. This was an issue in my own life as a young university student in the 70s, working at a summer job where the men were doing the same work as I was, and yet were being paid a higher wage. The issue was approached, was addressed, and I received a much appreciated bonus check after returning to my studies. So I appreciate on a very personal level how important it is that we have pay equity. It's important to me personally, and as we've said over and over again today, to the Conservative Party. Mr. Speaker, the Conservative Party has always been deeply invested in improving the financial success of women in whatever venture or occupation they choose. I take great pride in the fact that the first female cabinet minister and the first female senator were Conservatives. Another exceptional example to young women seeking job equity is Janice Charest, the Privy Council clerk, who did much of the heavy lifting on the Liberals' transition into power before being replaced by the current government. One of our three pillars for the Status of Women Canada mandate while in government was to advance equality for women by increasing women's economic security and prosperity. Through the Economic Action Plan of 2015, our Conservative government affirmed our unwavering support for work and pay equity for women in a multiplicity of ways. Since it was 2015, I am thankful that the Minister for the Status of Women indicated today that they will continue to build on successful initiatives, and she has much to choose from here. We amended the Canada Business Corporations Act to promote gender diversity among public companies, and in just 1.5 years we saw the private sector boards increase from 12 to 20% female participation. We created online platforms to foster networking amongst women, introduced the It Starts with One campaign to encourage mentorship and championing of women. We provided the first women's trade mission in May 2015 to Brazil. On and on, we committed $700 million over 3 years to finance women-owned businesses, enhanced support for small and medium-sized businesses. We provided $14 million over 2 years to Futurepreneur Canada in supporting young entrepreneurs, many of which we are hearing are young women. We provided $37 million annually to extend the 2014 employment insurance compensation care benefits from 6 weeks to 6 months, which would allow caregivers, often women who are away from work temporarily, to care for family members who are gravely ill. We have to appreciate the fact that as women we are extremely complicated and we have a lot of hats to wear, and it's important that we value all of those roles very equally, and part of that is taking care of people that we love, those that are older in our family, our spouses, and our children. Since 2007, more than $18 million was approved through Status of Women for projects that support women in skilled trades and technical professions. 45 projects that promote women in skilled trades, including mining, construction, shipbuilding, energy, manufacture, and agriculture. And I can tell you, Mr. Speaker, that in my riding, where mining and agriculture sectors are very, very strong, women are everywhere in every role in those areas. Mr. Speaker, I fully support A and B in the NDP's motion today. However, item C is completely incorrect when it says pay equity was eliminated by the previous Conservative government in 2009. In reality, in 2009, the Public Sector Equitable Compensation Act came into place. The Act was designed to see issues of equal pay for men and women in the public service dealt with through collective bargaining between union and employer. Complaints were referred to the Public Service Labor Relations Board. The fact is the process we instituted leads to speedier resolutions of disputes, some of which dragged on in previous processes for years and years. For example, the Treasury Board testified in front of the Senate Committee on Human Rights that most complaints took at least 6 years to resolve, while one case took 15 years. They also stated that the Canadian Human Rights Commission found that pay equity cases represented less than 8% of all their cases, but absorbed 1/2 of the Commission's total spending on legal fees. Also in Section D, The motion seeks to create a special committee of the House when we have vehicles in place, also through the Committee for the Status of Women, to champion these concerns. Mr. Speaker, I cannot tell you how much I want to vote in favor of this motion. However, I feel that intentional roadblocks were included in this motion. A member from the Liberal Party to my right mentioned today that there are inflammatory statements in here that are not crucial to this motion, that are causing angst on this side of the floor to not enable us to support something that we clearly do support. And I am very frustrated by that, and it prevents me from being able to support A and B in this motion the way that I very much want to as a woman in this House who has worked very hard to get here. The responsibility of government is to ensure a fair environment in which women have the freedom to make their own choice as to where and when they want to work and have a family, a career, and a profession. This includes recognizing pay equity as a right and ensuring equal opportunity for employment and service. Mr. Speaker, with the right environment for choice and opportunity, women have a very unique part to play and much to contribute to our society, our culture, and our communities, and our economic prosperity as a country. Thank you.